I'm about to do an updo, and I just wanted you guys to see how I do it, especially for those of you who have thin or fine hair. It's a little bit, well, at least for me, it's a little bit easier to do my hair. I don't have to like do a long drawn out process. So this morning I washed my hair, conditioned it, and then you know, dried it to the best. It was a little bit damp, and braided it in 4 parts. So I've just been like walking around with this and my bonnet while I take care of some errands. So it's completely dry. I know other people's hair might take a little longer to dry. You need a hair dryer and etc. But I don't have to deal with that. So at this point, I'm going to once again put my Taliah Waajid African Healing Oil on, just to give it some moisture. Put some on the scalp a little bit, and then I'm gonna work in. I could use some type of moisturizer, but sometimes I just go straight for the gel. So I'm going to do a combo of the Gorila Snot Gel and the EcoStyler. And this is just for more of a hold, but this is like for most of the hair that I use. And of course, I'm going to be using my brush just to kind of like smooth everything down. But once again, I said my hair is thin, soft, so it's easy to just, it's a little bit more manageable than other 4C, 4A. Use my detangler comb. Okay, I know I should be doing it from the ends, my bad. So even though my hair is a little thin, I still have to do the same process. You don't want to comb from the roots because you're just going to pull it out. And it's a little dry right now, so even with the oil, I just kind of like and since I've cut it or trimmed it, I didn't cut it, I trimmed it a little bit. It seems to be growing better, so hopefully I'll probably trim it again maybe in like 2 to 3 months, just so it can start matching it to that part that was a little bit short that had broken off. I think, I don't even know where it is. It's not that, but it's somewhere like in the middle of the hair, so I'm glad you can't really see it. And so now I know people with thicker hair usually sometimes what they'll do, or shorter hair, they'll part the front a little bit and then work the gel into that and then add the rest in. But because once again my hair is not that thick, I can just put the entire amount of hair on my head into like a small bun. Have my black scrunchie, and I'm just going to do that now. It's a little bit of like one little tiny knot, so I just want to get rid of that. And I'm going to work it all in with my brush. So, EcoStyler. Just putting it in like that. And just work it in. Little by little. Till I feel like there's like enough holds. I normally try to do this on dry hair, but I have done it on wet hair, and it just gives it more like a wavier kind of texture. I'm sure as most of you know already. Some gel and some water. I wish I knew that when I was younger. I would have just did that and did my hair myself, but I know. My mama didn't know either. I'll go into a story about that later, but yep, so as you can see, I'm just working it in. You want to smooth it out. So your ponytail can be nice and laid. Get that gelling. I'm telling you, doing your hair is like exercise, like my arms, especially with my fibromyalgia. Okay, so my camera cut off because my SD card ran out. But I'm gonna add a little bump it up. There's a little bit on this side. I don't know if it's a little bit shorter on this side, but it's not like sticking the way I want it to completely. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this. I don't like putting spritz on my hair a lot, but every so often, especially if I'm doing like an updo like this, I will. So this is what I have so far. I braided the little afro puff that was there. Add a little bit of the gels, both of them, and I'm just gonna spray this a little bit just to give it a little bit more hold. Not too much, because then it's not going to want to, you know, it's going to get all stuck, and I hate that. So let this dry for a little bit. I know some people tie a scarf around it. I'm just going to let it dry, and I'll be back. I decided to cover my head anyway. I'm going to keep it on for like 10-20 minutes while I prep the hair that I want to add. So I was deciding what I was going to do. I'm going to do the Model Glance Braid Waterwave. This is a 1B and this is a 30. Now I really wanted it all 1B, but they only had this one. I really like the way the Waterwave is. I have used Waterwave, but it was a different brand. I don't remember what the brand is. I'll put it at the bottom so you can see how that came out. So I'm just going to do the 30 and just mix it up. Should be fun. I may go out tonight, so we'll just put this together. If I don't go out tonight, my hair is done for the week and I don't have to mess with it too much. So I'm gonna put this together. This is actually for crochet, so you could also use it like for crochet and do individuals. I'm gonna put it into a ponytail, wrap it around here, this, and tie it. I'll come back after I take everything out the bag. So this is how it looks out the bag. It's like this. I may separate it a little bit to give it a little bit more crinkliness, kind of like the way it is in the picture. I love how that looks, so I'm sure they separated it. This actually looks like the kind of hair that I used to use back when I was in high school, and I would make my own ponytails back then, before YouTube and all that, and people were doing all this cute stuff. They would sell hair like this. I don't even know if it was crochet. It might have been like, you know, it's a while ago. And I would just have my little ponytail like that and wrap it around. So kind of same concept. Alright, so I basically took everything out the packages, spread it out because it's kind of long, and put the hair through the ponytail holder or the scrunchie, and then just tied a knot. That's it. So that's how I'm going to get my ponytail on. And then I'm going to take one or two of these strands just to wrap it around so you don't see it just on there. So honestly, I could do that now without taking the red off. And we could just start that process. So just tying it out around the bun, tight, as tight as you can. That's pretty secure because you want it secure. You want to feel like it's gonna come out. Look at that. Look at that, beautiful. And I think now I'm just gonna separate it. So for the record, just like with our own natural hair, I'm gonna separate it because I just separated by itself. It's getting a little frizzy, so I'm gonna separate with some oil so it doesn't get as frizzy. I just want a little bit, you know, more separation here and there, but I don't want it frizzy, so I'm gonna use oil. Okay, so make sure you use oil. All right, so I took a few out here and there. I'm not gonna take every single thing out, and I think we can take this off now. Let's see how flat it looks, nice and flush. Alright, so this is it. Looks like a little side pony, and it all depends on how you put it on the head. If you put it back here, it'll be like more that way. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of hair so I can wrap it around. You see what I'm saying? Wrap it around that so it don't look. I'm thinking I'm just gonna kind of like pull this over a little bit and get some pins. I have the 1.5 inches. I don't know if you guys can see it. So they're not too big. And when this gets a little bigger, I'm going to add that, which is the 2.5 inches. So I'm just kind of like pinning down the hair, the shorter ones. So it could be more stable. I don't want to be one of the girls that they're dancing or doing something and then, you know, their hair falls off. Okay, so here we go. Maybe I'll do like a messy bun and just try to pin all that together. So I'll work this out with the pins and I will be right back. Alright, so I pinned it with the 1.5 inch bobby pins as well as the 2.5 inch bobby pins, and I'll put some pictures at the end. So you can do it like that. I could switch up the hair and do different hair if I want. So I'll probably do another video when I do new hair later, but I kind of like it with the whole 2 colors, the 1B and the 30 mixed together. It's cute, you know, cute little holiday style. You can just take it to work, whichever, or you could just fix your hair because you feel like it. Alright, y'all, have a blessed one. Peace.